Hello Kenyans, this is Bishop Philip Karanja of Victory Centers, Nairobi, who is also your servant. I would suggest that we need to think very seriously about our wage bill, and the way I see it is to fire all the governors, most of the MCAs, two-thirds of the MPs, and then have governors appointed instead of being elected. Why they are so strong and they are powerful enough to steal our money and we cannot ask a question is because they tell us to wait for 5 years because they are elected by the people. But if they were appointed, then they will know that one who hires them can also fire them. If you look at all our constituencies, we have some of the constituencies have over 20, 30, 40 MCAs. But if you are asked what is their work, I don't know. If you know it yourself and you can show me what they have done, please call me and I would appreciate. But as far as I'm concerned, all the MCAs do is to blackmail the governors so that they can be given a cut of the money, and then the rest of the money that remains goes with the governors. And I always wonder, is there no committee that distributes the finance that are used by the governors? So we need to rethink, because in our country, we did not start devolution so that we can pay people's salaries, but rather, according to Wananchi and Wanjiko, it was to bring development to the grassroots, to the people. But right now, I would like you to try to think whether you have heard any governor who said that the money from the central government is late and we have not finished the road we were building, or there is a hospital we were building and we have not completed, or there was a school we were building and it is not complete. But the thing I hear is that we haven't paid salaries. We were not starting the devolution government so that we can pay salaries. There should be a law that salaries can only be paid in the counties from the taxes that are collected by the governors in the counties. Then the money that comes from the central fund should go there for development. So again, I repeat, let's fire all the governors and have a few appointed. In my opinion, we should not have more than 10 to 15 governors. You compress a lot of counties into one. Like for instance, you could put Kiambu and Nyeri and Murang'a together and they would feel that they are still managing themselves. You could put Kirinyaga, Embu, Meru and Tharaka Nithi together. They could be ruled by one person. You could put Kajiado and Narok together. If you went like this, you will find you only need at most 15 counties. My suggestion is that Nairobi should not be a county and Mombasa should not be a county. Those serve the whole nation and therefore they should be administered from the central government. I therefore would like to say this. The salaries that we are paying governors in Kenya is the same amount of money paid to the governors in the United States. However, knowing that a Kenyan's minimum wage is 320 shillings, and then he has to pay 47 governors because the area of Kenya is slightly the same with the area of Texas in the United States. Yet, in that whole place, and by the way, Texas has about 40 million people while we have 47. But they are ruled by one governor, but we have to be split into 47 counties. That is crazy. We can't afford. I would like therefore to suggest that we have to come and think very seriously. And I am suggesting to the president and the former prime minister that when they came together, we were thinking they would be bold enough to cut the wage bill. But when we finished doing this BPI, nobody has lost their job. Meaning the salaries have to continue being paid. So is my suggestion that along with removing most of the positions, because I would suggest that we have less than 300 MCAs in Kenya, we should have less than 100 MPs in Kenya, and we should have about 15 governors. Yet the remaining people that are working for the government, their salaries should be slashed and remove 2/3 of the money and pay them just 1/3. I suggest this because today people are not fighting for political positions because they want to serve the country, but rather it's because they have seen that's the way they can make quick money quickly. So we need to remove the salaries which are so attractive, such that people are leaving the private sector to work for the government because they know that's where the money is today. And then we will be having people that are true politicians and patriots who are willing to help the country, because they will not come to work for the government because of the salaries, because they know is not attractive anymore. We need to form committees which will distribute the monies that are given to the counties. But right now, it's like the government decides how much money he will keep himself, and the little that goes to MCAs and nothing goes to development. So we need to start thinking. So once again, I'm saying, let's fire all the governors and then have a few appointed. Let's fire all the MCAs and have just 2 per constituency. Then fire all the members of parliament and only have anywhere between 100 and 120 constituencies. I was so surprised when they said, let's keep all the 290 constituencies and let's keep all the 47 counties. It is true, everybody said you can touch everything else but not our county. Yeah, I understand. Everybody would like to have their county, but good leadership does not allow that. So you, Mr. President, and you, Mr. Former Prime Minister, you need to take a good stand and not let us lead you, but you lead us into good governance where we shall be knowing we have some people that are really leading us. If you are overflying Mau forest, that's when you understand the destruction that is on that forest. From the air you will see that's a patch of 100 acres, that's another one 700 acres, that's another one 300 acres. There's so many trees that have been cut down. No wonder the rivers that flow from Mau summit are drying up. We cannot continue doing this. We have to come with an idea of how we plant more trees without cutting anymore. We need to think of even how we can reclaim some of the pieces of land that used to be forest, but they were hived out and given to people. It is time that Kenyans thought of what they can do. I have a big document that I've written on these things, and if you would like, you can call my number. I will let you have it. But for now, let us fire those people and only have a handful who will be true politicians and patriots who will help this country. Thank you.